Hello. What are you doing?
Nothing, just chilling. Did you like the RNC?
Yes, I did. I didn't get to see a lot of it. I guess the president spoke, but I didn't get to see that part.
I didn't see him speak. Oh, he had little blurbs that he did.
Oh, at the beginning?
Just throughout, he talked with the people who had been saved from other countries. They were hostages. And then he talked to nurses and stuff.
Oh, yeah, I saw those parts. I liked Tim Scott. I liked the way he ended his thing. And Father, keep blessing America, or whatever he said. How he said that, you know?
Yeah.
He was good. I liked the Cuban guy.
Yes.
I like Donald Trump Jr., too.
I know.
It was so funny. If you want to help the black community, do this. You know, Democrats, if you want to help the black community, or the minority communities, do this. If you want to help the minority community, do this. In fact, if you want to help the minority community, that's what Trump has been doing. President Trump has been doing. So just do what he has already done. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, and congressman that supported him?
Georgia.
Yes, that was awesome, too. I like them all.
I know, me too.
Have you watched the media have said about it?
No, thank God. What are they saying?
No, that's what I want. You're my ears for that.
Oh, I just don't even turn on that crap anymore.
I don't even.
It's going to be bad. I'm very disappointed in Fox.
Oh, yeah. But they something happened to them. I mean, they hired Brazil as one of their people. You know what I mean?
Brazil? Oh, Brazil. Yeah. The lady who cheated on the last debates.
What's that?
The lady who helped Hillary cheat.
Couldn't cheat?
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you hear the speech of that guy that lost his daughter?
Yes. That was good, too.
All of it.
Yeah. Rona McDaniels was good, too. I mean, I didn't catch a lot of hers, but I thought she was the beginning of it.
She was at the beginning. But, I don't know. Sometimes I wonder about her.
We'll see. We'll have to see.
Somebody did a thing. I just took a screenshot of it on Twitter. It said, the Republican Party, the Bush-Romney Flake Republican Party.
Mm-hmm.
Here's your eviction notice, you know? We're done. Stop pretending you're Republican. Like, you're not.
Right. You're part of the swamp. And who said something about, oh gosh, I'm trying to think of, if I watched it, where did I hear that? Oh, I'm Frankie being George H.W. Bush all the way to Trump.
I posted that. Yes, Gates said it. He said from the first president since Reagan to not start a war.
Yeah.
Gosh. Thank you.
Yeah, but there's something else. Did you watch Dark to Light today?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the interview. The guy who did the interview said something about George Herbert Walker. Part of the cool thing is the RNC, it has a lot more substance, and it's a lot more hopeful about America than the DNC on how awful it is. We're going to die. Trump's in charge. We're still going to die.
I know.
If Trump continues to work, we're going to die.
I know.
It's like, what the hell, man?
Like, calm down.
I know.
I had a friend that I met at the Scott Pressler one.
Mm-hmm.
I follow him on Twitter, and he said that he used to be a Democrat, and he used to be a victim, and he used to think everything was against him, and that the system was out to get him, and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And he had some sort of a great awakening where he realized it's not like that. And that is what the Democratic Party sells.
Oh, yeah. They sell victimhood.
It's crazy.
And if you're not a victim, then you're an oppressor.
Yeah, totally.
If you're not a victim, you're a white supremacist.
It's so
right?
crazy. Yeah. It's so crazy. So, you know how Phoenix was asked to be in program to help minority families in the school district? They wanted her to be a part of a conversation about it. And I was like, I don't know about that. I talked to the assistant principal about it. And I was like, I don't like what this whole narrative is spewing. How it's talking about if you're white, you're privileged, and if you're brown, you're oppressed. I don't think that's I think that's white supremacy in what it's selling. He was like, oh, it was just like something new. Like, he was like, I appreciate your input. This is okay. Yeah, no, I see what you're saying. Well, today I get a phone call from him, and he's asking me to be a part of this thing. It's called Parents for Academic Student Success or something. He's like, I wanted to invite you specifically because, you're a person of color. Okay. Oh, yeah, I'll be there. Diversity to bring diversity. I'm like, I'll bring diversity of thought for sure.
Yeah. And the thing that you got to make a point about, is he white?
I don't know. Probably.
Because everybody's going to be there, and you have to call it what it is. You have to say it's their white man's burden. That's what they have. It's not that the fact that they feel that white people have to have minorities is racist.
I know. I'll be that voice. I'll say it. I know. Stop thinking so lowly.
We need your help. Just get the hell out the way and help, and let us be successful.
Yeah.
We can do it ourselves.
Help where there needs to be help. Help in helping families thrive, like help organizations that teach how to be a parent. Be a part of those things. Don't be a part of, I have white guilt. No. Oh, God.
Yeah, because that's only feeding your white supremacy.
Yeah.
Basically, when you're saying I have white guilt, then what you're saying is you're racist.
I'm better than you, and I feel bad that I'm better than you.
Yes, basically yes.
It's so sad.
I'm better than you, therefore I'm guilty.
I'm guilty about
because I've been more successful than you.
My privilege.
I'm guilty because I'm better than you.
And I feel so sorry, so I'm gonna help you. Because it's the right thing to do, because you're our African American and brown community.
Yeah, and I hate when they say it.
Gosh, same. It's very awkward when they say R. I was listening to Governor Polis on his little spiel, and he said R, too. That is just disgusting. It's not your. That's so ownership. That's disgusting. It was a good RNC, Dad. Oh my gosh,
I like.
Why was it so hard for us to find it, Dad?
Oh, I have no idea. Because it's like this: if a tree falls in the forest and nobody hears it, does it make a sound? That's an old saying. So if the RNC have a convention and nobody reports on it, that they really say anything important. That's how the RNC. That's how the media is. That way, if nobody sees it,
you're like, what RNC?
Yeah, but if nobody sees it, then they could tell everybody what they said. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't get how you wouldn't want to watch this, though. Honestly, that was so enjoyable. And did you notice that there were absolutely no masks?
On any of the speakers?
I didn't see masks being propagated. Is that the right word?
Yeah.
Propagated?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw none. So what party, again, remind me, is the one making it political?
Yeah.
Like, screw you. So enjoyable. Every single speaker.
It was good. I mean, seriously, what I caught from the Democrats was all this. Basically, we're gonna die.
Yeah. We're gonna die.
And what I got from these guys is what Donald Trump Jr. says. You can't look at what somebody says. Joe Biden has been saying things for 48 years, and he's never followed through with any promise he's made.
Yeah.
And he said, and then he goes and he talks about how he called black people this or that, or he said this or that,
Yeah.
And so he's saying it, and he's saying, but more than that, look at what his actions are. And then he said he did this, and he did this, and he did this. So being nice is one thing, he says, but getting the job done is a different thing.
Exactly.
And so what they tried to do with Biden was that they say
he says this nice stuff. He does.
Yeah, he's a nice candidate, and Trump's the mean candidate.
Yeah.
If you want somebody nice in the White House,
with decency, they kept saying decency at the DNC, which is interesting because it's decency, DNC. Just joking. I understand spoke, and I don't know if I'm down to buy this politician type cadence. I'm over that cadence of politicians. I'm tired of you doing the thumb move, okay? Like, why?
What's the thumb move?
Like when they have their hands in a fist and they have their thumb on the outside of it and they're pointing with it. You know what I mean? That hand gesture that they always do?
Yeah.
Like, all politicians, not all, hopefully all, I will never do it if I'm a politician. All the stinking politicians, it's like an Obama move, like, listen to my words. I hate it. So when Nikki Haley was doing that, at the beginning of her speech, repulsed by the thought process of it being so script and all that stuff, and I get you had insight into, it's a speech. Yes, I get it. Okay. So, and what she said, when she talked about how her dad wore a turban, that is just, yeah.
And how she said, we are not racist.
Yeah,
America
she got
is not
emotional.
racist.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I loved it.
I did too. I like Nikki Haley to begin with, and you know what? I'm going to tell you, this is the presidential candidacy 2024. Nikki Haley, Tim Scott, Haley Scott.
Ooh, okay.
Wouldn't that be a good party ticket?
Yeah. Tim Scott has just been coming up in the ranks for sure. Oh, Dad, that Jim Jordan story.
I didn't see it.
No, you missed it?
Yeah. I told you, I was struggling trying to one, find it anywhere, and then try to find it streaming live on anything, and then it just kept buffering and buffering and buffering, and then you'd hear blah blah, and then it stopped and buffer again. I'm like, why won't any of these things just play?
Frustrating.
And then Facebook, if you tried to go from Facebook to any of the RNC, it wouldn't just stream.
Dad, okay, what if that's because so many people were trying to watch it?
Yeah, and that's the whole point, you know? They finally put on TV late at night, right? Like at 8 o'clock at night, they finally put on the last hour of it. And we get to see how it rated compared to those ones before, you know, the DNC. Mm-hmm. So I'm excited to see, because I think we blew it out of the water.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I know my Facebook feed is probably a little biased, but it felt like everybody was kind of in that.
Well, if they were just watching it, period, that's going to add numbers.
Yeah.
You know, whether they liked it or they didn't.
True. I hope other people watched it. I hope people who are moderates, independents, just tuned in to see. I don't know how you could watch it and then reject it. So that Jim Jordan story, how when his nephew died, he was on his way to visit the family, and the president called him, and he's like, we talked a little bit about like business stuff. And then he asked how my family was doing. They talked a little bit about it. Jim Jordan told him, I'm about to walk into this room and the dad's here. It would mean the world for you to talk to him, turn his day around. That would just bless him, basically is what he said. And so he's like, okay, what's his name? So he told him his name, and then he handed him his phone to see the president talk, you know, to his family member, be there for him and love him in this loss. Trump understands loss.
Right.
He's experienced a lot of family death. Just to be real is just, oh my gosh, I can't believe he did that. It was so sweet.
Right. Well, what everybody was saying shows a completely different Trump than the media portrays him, you know? The shooter guy.
Yeah.
Right?
With
he
the
said
daughter.
That Trump. Yeah, he talked about how Trump talked to him. You know, all the prisoners that he brought back from Iraq or wherever, you know, talked about him. There was one, was it Steve Parnell? Oh, Scalise, about when he got shot. You know, talked about how Trump went to the hospital, talked to his wife, went and saw him and checked on him every day. They're trying to show that Trump is, isn't a meanie.
Could you imagine how they say all that stuff about him? Okay. Dad, we got to talk about it. The Kim speech.
Kim who?
Guffrey? Gufferl? I don't know how to say it.
Oh, boy, she was... Kimberly. Yes. One, she was like punching all the points, and like if she had this big audience, that was... And if she had a big audience, it would have been raucous.
I know.
Been cheering all the whole time, and she would blah blah. But because it was in front of just TV cameras and there wasn't the audience, it sounded really, you know.
I know. I would go in between giggling and like, yeah.
Yeah, I know. And because she was, and the cool thing, okay, if she had an audience, it would have been an awesome speech, you know?
Oh my gosh, so amazing.
But the problem is that if she didn't have an audience, so it just seemed like she was yelling a lot.
Why don't they just add that? Just add the cheer track. We all felt it.
Yeah, and we're all everybody's in their house screaming.
Yeah. I was cheering. Part of me was like, oh, she's auditioning for First Lady. And then part of me is like, oh yeah, like she's tearing it up. But you could see that Latina power. Like, I get you. I understand. Yeah. I get that.
She was very passionate.
Yeah.
But I think that the Democrats are going to hang.
They are. She's trending already.
She was angry.
I know, it's just because she's Latina.
But I'm looking forward to the next 4 nights, you know?
I know. I got dressed up. I was in my hat and like an American shirt. I was like so happy. I had a long day today. And Victor comes home and all the kids, and he's like, oh, Mom's in all her gear. It's like the Super Bowl or something. Playoffs. So funny. I can't believe how much the Fox and all those other stations did not play the awesome intros and stuff, you know?
Yeah. And you want to know what's amazing? Is Joe Biden is Catholic, right?
Oh, is he?
like the head of the Catholic Church in America.
Yes.
Said the opening prayer for Trump.
Yeah, the Pope.
The
Pope of America. Yeah.
It's like, no, he's the Catholic, and it's like, yeah, no.
Yeah, seriously. Dad, did you see the Herschel Walker thing?
Yeah, I saw part of it.
Somebody.
I have a smoke detector that kept. It's really weird because it kept going off, and then it would say, warning, fire, warning, fire. And so I look around the house, I go up into the attic, I look around the attic, nothing, and then it went off again. It went off 3 times. I think it's just a battery, you know?
That was the devil.
Yeah. Yes. Keeping me from watching. Oh, damn it.
I rebuke you in the name of Jesus.
Yes.
Dad, there's this cute picture going around on Facebook, and it's from in 1988. Donald Trump Jr. sits on the lap of Herschel Walker for the Tyson Sphinx fight promoted by Trump, and how he spoke tonight of the president who he's known for 37 years. He's like, I can't believe people would think I would befriend a racist. No. And then the story he had of how he wanted to take Trump's kids out to Disney World. Trump took a break from his work and came, and he was like, it was the craziest thing to see him in his suit, you know. And it's a small world after all with his kids, because he just didn't want to miss it. And he always knew Trump always take a call from his kids. If his kids ever called, he would always take the call.
Wow.
Yes.
How many blacks and Hispanics did they have speaking at this thing?
Tons.
Yes.
And the cool thing that someone noted on Twitter is that a lot of them that are noted in the lineup are policymakers.
Really?
Yeah, they're not freaking celebrities.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
The first thing about the couple from Washington, from St. Louis, was a couple who pointed guns at Black Lives Matter protesters speak at RNC. But that's not what it said at first. It says something else, and now it's saying this. And then on their headline that goes across, the banner that goes across the top, it says, in grievance-filled speech, St. Louis couple warns of chaos in the suburbs if Democrats win. So funny because the media is so biased. They spin stuff, you know? Takeaways from the first night from the Washington Post.
They're always going to say something bad. Talking about saying something bad, have you seen Rose
McGowan?
Yeah.
What'd she say?
She's hating on Biden. It's stinking awesome.
Oh, yeah, because she was abused by Harvey Weinstein. And so she's like really into the Me Too movement.
Yeah.
And she gets pissed because of the hypocrisy on the left, and she gets pissed because he should, you know, they should treat him the same way that they treated Kavanaugh, even though he's more guilty than Kavanaugh.
True that, yeah, and that it's awesome.
Yeah, but what's that? People say, I don't care if we see him slip a girl a roofie, rape her, and then, you know, just walk away. He would be better than Trump.
Somebody said that for real?
They said that. And they said that they wouldn't care if he killed a kid, cut it up, and ate it. He would still be better than Trump. Somebody actually said that.
Ooh, that. Wow.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's their mentality. It's like, what? And you just want to say, what the f*** are you talking about? You know?
I know.
I mean, talk about
like that one thing where it's like, we all got stupider from listening to your argument. Stupider.
Yes.
God.
What you said is the most.
Yeah.
I love it.
Idiotic thing. I love seeing those Hispanic girls.
Oh, yeah, the business ladies?
Yeah.
They were awesome.
Yeah.
The thing was that they had a good story, too, you know?
I know. I loved how they said, we don't look like your regular Republican conservative.
Right.
That really resonated with me.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You know what's going to be good tomorrow? Is Richard Grinnell.
Oh, man.
Did you see his ad that he did?
Oh, yeah, I saw that. That was awesome.
About
pro-gay.
The thing about that ad is it has Biden actually saying.
I know.
You know. Did you have commercials when you're watching your on TV?
No.
Okay. Part of the problem with me was the fact that I didn't have commercials. So if you ran to do anything, you missed.
That did stink because I needed to go to potty and I wasn't able to. And then that one nurse that was talking to him in the red dress, she was like, your leadership skills when all of this is happening to you is astounding. Like, it was like, yeah.
Yeah.
I liked what I don't know which one said it, but they said, we chose a different path, a man who's not a politician. Did you hear that OAN reported that the word hope was mentioned 17 times during the RNC?
Oh, really?
Yeah, 17 times.
And that's just the first night. How many times was it mentioned in the Democrat Party?
I know, but do you know what the 17th letter of the alphabet is?
Q.
I kind of feel bad that they're being mean to Kim.
Are they on Twitter?
Yeah. Kimberly, that Kimberly whatever lady, she did look beautiful. Hollywood is triggered. Hollywood celebs melt down over Republican National Convention. Is anyone else throwing up right now? They said.
Did they actually say that?
One of them did. Let's see who. Oh, Rob
Reiner?
Yeah.
He's an idiot.
Bette Midler, Trump delivered 0. The GOP will never allow African Americans to get ahead. You're a fucking idiot.
Yes.
The McCloskeys, what they were talking about was so interesting. They even said that the lady who led the march that came onto their yard and threatened their their home, she was an activist and was elected to represent the district. Wow. That's disgusting. Did you see Matt Gaetz?
No, I didn't.
Dad, what were you watching?
It kept freezing, remember?
What the heck?
But now that I know where to find it, I'll just get to him.
Okay. And Kirk, Charlie Kirk?
I saw him at the beginning, but it was still lagging and buffing and whatever, but I still caught most of his stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh.
Brad Parscale. I
didn't see that.
He's the campaign guy for Trump. He wrote, "I can't believe I have to watch the convention on CNN. Unbelievable. Fox News." Gosh. I just posted a meme of the symphony, and they're wearing masks, but their masks have holes in them so they can play their flute. So they're
blowing.
Yes.
They're blowing out.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. Is this real life? Alright, well, good night, Dad. Love you.
Alright, night. Thank you.
Okay, bye.